Welcome to another edition of Michael's Corner. I am sitting here with Spider Baby. So I'm just gonna ask you.
Not just Spider Baby. One half of the tag team champions.
Okay.
MEW and IWI simultaneously.
Oh.
And the world's wickedest wrestler. That's the Spider Baby we're talking about. Please go ahead. Thank you for having me. Now, have you had two people on your show before? I'm the first person to do it a second time, aren't I?
Yeah, and you're the second time because I remember the last time we did it, it was too much of a noise.
No, it was so good that you wanted to come back for a second dose of spider magic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you maybe maybe 3 or 4 questions.
That's how interviews work. You ask, I answer.
Okay, so can you tell me again, how did you get into the wrestling business?
I got into wrestling in a strange way. But the truth is, everybody gets into wrestling in a strange way because it's a strange line of work, Michael. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah.
I actually, my day job away from wrestling is writing. One of the things I write is comic books. And I was actually interested in networking locally, finding writing assignments locally. So I found a promotion that was hiring a bad guy color commentator.
Okay.
So I thought, well, I could do that. So I did that, and that particular promotion ended up doing training as well.
Oh, wow.
So I took the training. So I started as a commentator, did that for about 2 years. Took the training just so that I could interview good guy wrestlers and have them beat me up without actually killing me.
Okay.
And I turned out to have a talent for angering large groups of wrestling fans. So the commentary sort of fell away and the wrestling came to the floor.
Okay. Now my second question to you is, like you mentioned,
I'm glad you're listening.
So like when you're not wrestling, what do you do on your spare time? Because I think the wrestling fans would really want to know what you do on your spare time.
I first, if you want to use the term hobby, this is usually the first thought I have crawling out of my spider coffin is I think, what could I do in my next match that would really anger Michael? Yeah, how could I really irritate Michael Pam? What new cheating could I come up with that would really set him off? That's my first thought. Away from wrestling, I do freelance writing, which is actually a pretty demanding career all by itself. Spend a lot of time doing that. So I work probably about 12 to 14-hour days, pretty much every day, 7 days a week. But when you do something you love, it doesn't feel much like work. The good part of that is it's pretty flexible, so it allows me to schedule my wrestling around.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And one thing I want to bring up is you are into comic books, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things I write.
Okay. I just want to get that out there so that people would know.
Your heart, yeah.
And
for publisher DC Comics, I've done like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, and I'm most associated, you might find this horrifying, with Scooby-Doo. So some villainous wrestler is writing Scooby-Doo from time to time anyway. Go ahead.
So my next question to you is, this might be a complicated question, but you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I'm a complicated man, and so are you, Michael. So we can
go
ahead.
So can you tell me what was the best match that you had in 2015? Whether if it's MEW or IWI or whatever.
How dare you? I never want to speak to you again. No, I'm kidding. Actually, Michael, that was a pretty recent match, and you were there for it. I challenged Greg Hertz, who's fast become a very favorite opponent of mine. His gimmick and my gimmick really seem to fit very well. His gimmick actually resembles my old presentation where I used to wear feather boas and the flamboyant stuff like he does now. I learned to wrestle. He obviously didn't, so he has to compensate for it in some way. The match ended, you might remember, with me rolling him up, possibly getting a little illegal leverage on the ring ropes with my feet.
I saw that.
1, 2, 3. And it seemed to be a title change that lasted for about 90 seconds. And then Kurt, the president of the company, demanded the match be restarted. So my manager handed me my cane, and I broke it. I literally broke it over Greg Hertz's back. And the handle of the cane went flying like an airplane propeller. And I thought, oh, if that had landed in the wrong eyeball, we'd be looking at a huge lawsuit.
Yeah.
And so then Greg managed to get the cane from me and just started flogging me. And I'm screaming at Jason, the referee, to turn and look to disqualify him, which eventually happened. But I can assure you, people are always interested where the line between illusion and reality is in pro wrestling. Pro wrestling has never been more real than the moment when I was begging for my life as Greg Hertz was hurting me, bludgeoning me to death with the cane. We're filming. Sorry.
So
Yes, sir, Emperor.
Kill him. He's displeased the queen.
So and my final question to you is so okay. Now I know this might be a difficult question again, but
It's all right.
so like
I like your hard-hitting style. So
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
so like what it's like if you wasn't wrestling, let's just say that if you were totally done with pro wrestling, what do you see doing like right now or
It's an interesting question. It's something I've thought about because there'll come a time when I won't be able to do it anymore, or maybe I should not do it anymore. And the thing about wrestling is it fulfills so many different skill sets. There's a level of creativity there. You get to portray this larger than life character. There's a great deal of athleticism involved, if I do say so myself.
yeah.
And replacing all of that would be kind of difficult. I studied karate in college,
Okay.
so going back into that is something that's occurred to me. Obviously, in a lot of ways, karate and pro wrestling are opposites, although wrestling borrows a lot from judo.
Okay.
But I would want that physical component. That's something I would miss a lot. Photography is something else I thought about, and I suspect though I will always be involved in the business in some way at this point forward. It's been fun to be in front of this camera, in front of an audience.
Yeah.
But the production end of it has its own rewards too. And so if when performer part ends for me, I may go back into commentating, and I may do some of the background stuff.
Oh
too.
my God! And I think you'd be good at commenting because I think this is like something that I want to do. Like if MEW does take that next step, like if it's like if they get some sort of TV deal or
dude.
something.
You and me on commentary.
You and me on commentary. Oh my God!
Wow, it's a deal. All right, let's shake on it.
Let's
on
shake
camera.
on it.
All right,
Let's shake on it because
if
if it happens someday,
because you have a certain character that you assume, right? You call it Michael mode. As soon as
Michael
the bell
mode.
rings,
Yep.
I turn into a different person, but so do you, right?
Yes, I
Why
do.
don't you tell us about Michael mode, and then we'll wrap things up.
Well, Michael Mo, thank you for asking. Mike Mo is like
Michael
mode.
Yeah.
I get wild and crazy at wrestling shows. I'm not like this at home, you
A
guys.
rabid hyena gets wild and crazy. You are beyond wild and crazy. Let me tell you.
I get so hyper at these wrestling
And we
shows.
love you for it, by the way.
And because I want people to really like independent wrestling. Make it fun, like Darren Corbin used to say.
Sure.
Trying to make wrestling fun again. Because when people come home, to their families, saying they want to tell how much.
My right is here.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. That was the cops.
so
It was a bad guy joke. You get it?
so
They got it.
so my point being is
Michael mode.
My-
Bring the fun.
I just want to make wrestling fun so that when the wrestling fans gets home, to their families, they can talk about how much a great time they have, you know, and whatnot.
Watching you or watching the wrestling?
Well, actually,
Well,
both. Both. In this case, both.
Okay.
So,
That's a good honest answer.
so yeah. So if it wasn't for the wrestlers that entertain, because you guys perform, put your bodies and careers on the line each and every day, if it was for you guys, we wouldn't. There wouldn't be pro wrestling.
What would you do then? How would Michael Mode manifest elsewhere? Mosh pit, maybe?
No.
Western Front, maybe?
No. I'll just go to more wrestling shows and make it more fun again. Rather if it's in Minnesota or Wisconsin, I will make wrestling fun again. But that's just about does it for this edition of Michael's Corner. I will see you guys in the next video.